Welcome back, everybody, to Underground Stars, the podcast that showcases the rising talent in the music industry. I'm here joined today by.
Yo, what's up? It's Young KS or Keaton. What's good with y'all?
What's up, KS? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, bro. I just woke up. I'm like a night owl right off the bat. I'm gonna just say I'm a night owl, bro. I wake up when I on days that I work. I wake up at like 5:30 p.m. I usually go to sleep around like 10 a.m. I just like the nighttime, bro. I don't know. I'm anti-sun, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I was about to
So
ask you that because when we were trying to set this up, you said I'm up from like 7 p.m. until 10 a.m.
yeah, yeah.
I was like confused. I was like, do you work during the whole day or do you just sleep during the whole day?
Yeah, bro. I just never like, especially like growing up through school, probably like sixth grade until like 12th, like every day in summer, probably like every day, but like 10 days in summer, I would go to sleep at like 4 a.m. and sleep until like 5 p.m. And like back when I was in school on my days off, I slept 12 hours on the dot,
Yeah,
bro. Like on the dot. Like if I went to sleep at 8:45 a.m.,
you'd wake
I'm
up
waking up at
8:45.
8:45 p.m., bro. Like no exaggeration. And now I'm down to like 5-7 hours
Yeah,
on the standard, but it was a funny upbringing.
that's
Hard to
crazy.
hang out with people. Yeah,
Because your
definitely.
schedules are just so inverted and everything.
It's the exact opposite, bro. Like my 8 a.m. is y'all's 8 p.m. Like
Yeah,
right now, I'm starting my day.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's fun. I like it a lot. It's
yeah.
lit.
That's crazy. So, before we start, I got a couple things on my phone just in case we get stuck somewhere that we can talk about. Just a couple
Okay.
points and everything. But for the
Yeah,
most part,
definitely.
I use it just as a kind of a guideline just to figure out what we haven't touched, what we have touched.
Okay. All right. That's what's up.
So to start off with, as everybody else, how just tell me how you kind of started producing, how you got into music and all that.
Well, to sum it all up, I never really had like any intention to do anything past marching band because I was in marching band until the end of 11th grade. So I skipped senior year because I got lazy as hell. You know how it is. And then after senior year, I went to college for one semester, and then I went for the second semester in January of 18.
Hmm.
And then I had like a bunch of stuff going for me, girl, job,
Yeah.
school. And then I lost one of those, and then I lost all three of them.
Hmm.
So in a nutshell, I pretty much lost like all my goals, and I wanted something else to work on. I was like, you know what, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna start making beats.
Yeah.
And then I started making beats, and then in like May of 18, so a little over 2 years, and I just started loving it, bro. Like trap music,
Hmm.
hip hop, pretty much everything, and mainstream underground. I be messing with, and realistically, there's no way to mess this stuff up. Like you really just be you on the track, and eventually people are gonna like that shit.
Yeah. That's true.
So it's a lot of fun. And then ever since, I feel like I truly like graduated from being like a like new producer
Hmm.
probably in like June of this year, to be honest. So it took a little over 2 years for me to like finally confidently get on a track and be like, yo, I'm gonna make a fucking beat right now.
Yeah.
Like it's not like me opening it up and pressing the keys on the MIDI, messing around. Like now it's just like it just comes naturally.
Yeah. That's crazy. So I saw that you put it, you have actual like you have songs that you've recorded over and everything, right?
Yeah, yeah. I've had a
Yeah, I saw
I
your
dropped
tweet
one
about that.
project. Yeah, yeah. Were you talking about my album that's coming
Yeah.
up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I can't talk about it too much right now because it's not final, so I don't want to like throw myself into a box. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But as of right now, it's set for the end of 2020. Like before then, probably like a little bit before then, maybe a month and a half. But yeah, I got my beats and then a bunch of my boys and girls, if you will,
Hmm.
on a couple of them, and that's basically what it's gonna be. It's gonna be kind of like a showcase of like me, like what I'm up to post graduation, because every single song that is on the project was made after
Yeah.
June 2020. So it's just kind of like my new wave and like me kind of showing off like what I can do and how I went from like here to way up here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely gonna be something good that people are gonna have on repeat for a little bit.
Yeah. And do you
Definitely.
have verses on that, or are you just doing the whole production side of it?
Nah, nah, I just produce. Yeah, I tried rapping for a little bit, like a couple minutes,
Yeah.
just like every producer. But I was like, nah, this ain't it, bro. I know my spot,
No. Yeah.
and like while I'm not like totally against behind like getting behind the mic. It's just kind of like at this point I know where I work and I'm not really like looking for anything other than what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I put out an album
Yeah.
2 months ago. I did
Oh,
all the
okay.
production and everything. I had a couple people that I just found on SoundCloud. Had a couple friends on there that I knew
Oh, okay.
and everything too. So it was pretty cool.
That's what's
They're
up.
fun to
Yeah.
make. They're really fun to make.
No, definitely. Yeah, when I was doing it for a short time, I was having fun with it, and I was like, you know what, this might be something I'd want to do besides beats. And then like, I just got to a point, and I was like, nah, you know what, this ain't it. Like, it just wasn't. It started turning more into a chore than anything
Oh, for sure.
because,
Because
yeah,
you get to the point to where you have to like, oh, I got to do this. I got to finish this and this before this.
exactly,
So,
exactly.
but at the end,
And
the end result, after like you listen to everything, it's such a great feeling.
definitely. Yeah, no, it was fun like seeing everything like kind of come together and but the only, like the biggest negative for it, like being like a producer rapper for like a short time was kind of like not being able to like hear what you're making from different
Mhm.
ears, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like just like with beats, like I show every like a good amount of people in in my group like circle my beats and be like, "Yo, what do you think about this?" Because I need some ears that aren't biased, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? And like I've kind of like put together like two and two together that like if they say this word in place of this is trash,
yeah,
that like, oh, maybe you could fix this. It's like, okay, yeah, they don't like it. Like they I don't want them to say it,
hmm,
because it would be awkward. But it's like I get what you're saying.
yeah,
Like you don't gotta say anymore. Like I completely understand. But and then being able to see a perspective besides the screen and being behind the mic was
hmm,
like kind of eye opening because most of the time, especially with like people in my category, like up and coming type shit, you can't just go in there and be like, open up that window. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
just freestyle like Travis. Like you can't do that, at our level. But kind of seeing the process behind like getting in there and doing what they do as opposed to out here, it was kind of eye opening, and I
yeah.
and I respect it.
It's cool having that second like different perception of it and different experience of it too.
Exactly,
Just because whenever you
exactly,
do go into like the studio with other people, you know what they're going through, you know what they're doing too.
exactly. Yeah,
So you
yeah.
can relate with that.
Yeah, because like when I was first, working with other artists, I was kind of like, okay, well, my beat's done in under an hour.
Hmm.
Why ain't your lyrics done in under an
Yeah.
hour? And then once I got in there, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let them do their
Yeah.
thing, and I'm not gonna rush it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let's knock out 7 songs in the next 2 hours because it ain't gonna happen. Like you
Yeah.
could do it with beats, but and a lot of the best beats are the ones that you think about the least,
Hmm.
like by far, so like if you start forcing people in the booth like, yo, I'm in, let's pick up the pace type shit, like, yo, I got a deadline to meet,
Hmm.
then you're gonna come out with some trash. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be good on your end or their end, so it's
Yeah,
just
for
like
sure, for sure.
at that point you just let them do their thing and you do your thing, and if one takes longer than the other, you let it happen.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
And going off that, overthinking your beats, I feel like if you do like start adding so much to like making your beats and everything, adding too many sounds, that that beat that you add too many sounds just becomes a song in itself. Like if you do
Exactly.
like those EDM tracks or something like that, you can just play by itself.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Once I get into like past two melodies,
Hmm.
I'm like, all right, I need to step back a little bit. Like I'll have the two melodies up here, like on the master, and I'll have the third one like down here.
Yeah.
It's like you barely hear it, and like not too often either. But definitely like overthinking beats is like something that's like pretty prevalent.
Hmm.
Especially with like new people like us. So it's like just throw it on the track
Yeah.
and send it to people who rap or post it online and then just go from there. To be honest, like build off that feedback, and if people say, oh, you need more substance to it, like more reverb, more delay, more RC20,
Hmm.
anything, then you just kind of go off that, and
Yeah.
then the next beat will be 10 times better,
For sure. For
just
sure.
naturally. Yeah, for
And plus,
sure.
whatever you do post it, people are so willing to be like, oh, maybe change this, maybe change that, or add this, add that. So,
Yeah,
I mean, you can post it
definitely.
whenever, and people will be there to actually like just tell you what's up and tell you what to change if anything needs to be
Yeah,
changed.
for
Pretty
sure.
cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, especially going through Twitter,
Hmm.
because I've been like trying to be like insanely involved on Twitter since probably about early June.
Yeah.
I kind of figured out like the rhythm of the app because like I was pretty much just going on there since I started making beats and then just posting my link and be like new beat out now. It's like every single producer starting out and ones that have been doing it for like, maybe 5, 6 years, a lot of them are just going to end up doing that, like
Hmm.
copy paste. And I've seen so many accounts either follow me or that I see in like comment sections because I look at everybody's profile
Yeah.
that comments on my stuff, and then kind of see what the vibe is going on with
Hmm.
like each person. And there's been so many accounts that's just their description up here, their
Hmm.
bio, and then every single link is just the
The
link to
beat.
their
Yeah.
YouTube, yeah, or their track train or beat stars. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, ain't nobody gonna buy these like that, dude. Like, and if they do, what's it gonna do for you besides put a $25 bill in your PayPal,
Yeah.
bro? Like, it's
It's just
it's
it's a
really
one-time thing. It's not going to build that connection that you need.
exactly. There's no longevity to it. It's just copy paste,
Hmm.
get 25, and then that is what you did for all these copy pastes. It just doesn't seem worth it. That's why I'm like putting together this project, and I'm already like thinking and writing down because y'all need post-it notes if y'all don't have them
I
for
used to have a
everybody.
ton of post-it notes all over. I ran
I
out, and I was
know.
like, whenever I was making this album, I was like, I need this verse, I need to do this, or this person likes this kind of beats. Let me keep that in mind, and just have them all. I had them all over my desk and everything.
Oh yeah, no, I feel that, and I got some on my wall. I kind of got like an idea wall right here on my right that like if I'm ever like uninspired and don't have anything to write down, I just stand up and look at some.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I was looking at something that I wrote probably like early 2019. That was like almost 2 years ago, and it was like a list of like rappers that I'm gonna work with. It was like Drake, Travis,
Yeah.
like just a bunch of
Like the top
way,
10.
way down, yeah, way down
Yeah.
the line artists, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I still got to work with these dudes
Yeah.
apparently, so we got to keep going until we do, and just having like inspiration like that, and even the smallest ideas,
Hmm.
especially like on my phone, like I'll be typing like on my notes app, I'll be putting like album title
Yeah.
names, album art
Hmm.
ideas, stuff like that. I'm really into like vaporwave, lo-fi, vintage type of stuff, early late 90s
Yeah.
type of stuff. And so I just be writing down ideas like that, going through Pinterest. Pinterest is insane. If y'all don't got Pinterest, get Pinterest. I slept on that shit for so long. and and I'm glad that I woke up. I'm very glad that I
Tons
woke
of
up.
ideas on Pinterest.
Definitely, definitely, yeah. But get y'all some sticky notes. Sticky notes are insane. I love them. I love them. Just like physically writing them down instead of putting more text on a screen
Yeah.
is just like a lot more valuable. So yeah, definitely just write them on some sticky
And it's
notes.
better too because you see the sticky notes. Like you could put something in your phone
Hmm.
app and like the notes app, but then you got to go to the notes app to see it again. But with that sticky notes,
Exactly,
you
and
put it
and it gets
somewhere.
lost in
Yeah,
all of them.
exactly.
Exactly.
I got so many notes. Like I got all these over here. I don't know what half of these
No
are,
facts.
and I've lost like half of these too.
Facts. No, look at mine.
Sheesh.
I got like a good 100,
Yeah.
130, something like that, and
I've
I'm
settled
like, I
for
scroll through it.
a
Oh,
whiteboard,
go ahead.
a little whiteboard thing. I got it
Oh yeah.
right there. It's like dated and everything. So that's
Oh
what I've
yeah.
been using a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, but I was like, you know what? I could probably write a lot more on all these.
Yeah.
So yeah, and these I keep on my desk at all times. I got one. The pink is for like daily uh stuff. The blue is for like long term stuff. Like I got stuff for September and October already written down. And then this one I've been using for like my Twitter analytics to
Yeah.
like kind of keep myself honest and like kind of seeing like the growth like on paper as opposed to like a number on there. And I'd be writing down like my impressions, my follow to unfollow
Yeah.
ratios, all that kind of stuff, and just kind of working on like marketing on that one.
Seeing those impressions
But
is crazy. I didn't start
I
doing that
know.
until like last month or 2 months ago.
Tell me
But
about it.
just seeing like I think it was like 2 months ago, my impression was like at 500, because I didn't
Mhm.
use Twitter at all. And then like the past
Yeah.
2 months, I've been using it more and more. And like my impressions for I think this month were like 16,000 or something like that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
been crazy, and especially with trying to build this up too,
Mhm.
and having that second Twitter account for this. That went up. That had like I think 6,000 impressions in the first 2 days after like the first two tweets,
Oh
and it's just
shit.
been crazy.
With that one dude, was it Dark or
Drake,
Dirk? I forgot.
Drake,
Oh, Drake. Oh, it was Drake.
yeah, Drake
Okay.
beats.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking of the V
Yeah,
too hard, and I was
I
like,
know.
God dang, yo.
Whenever I was planning these out, I was like, all right, I'm gonna make sure to have them introduce their name beforehand, so I don't mess it up.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that.
Because whenever I was trying to get Drake on it, I was like, I don't know, is it Drake or is it something else, but just looks like
Uh,
Drake? So
yeah, I feel that. Yeah, seeing cause I was gonna post this. I'll probably post it like tonight or in the morning. But I scrolled back through my analytics on Twitter, and I looked at my May impressions, and I was at like 25,000.
yeah.
And that was like when I didn't post anything. Like I would just post like, oh, new beat out,
Mhm.
stuff like that. And then you might have seen my post yesterday or this morning actually of my impressions for this month, and it was like 1.1 million
Yeah,
right
so
now.
that's just
Yeah,
crazy.
so you got to keep going, bro. Like the last day of July, I checked my impressions,
Hmm.
and that was like before I was writing them down on paper, so I wasn't really like, refreshing it
Yeah.
every day. This I was checking daily, almost about the same time, like
Hmm.
3 4 a.m. Middle of the day. Uh, but at the end of last month, I had 588,000, and I was like, you know what? I could go for 600,000, or I could double down on this shit.
Go
And
for
I
the
was like,
double
I'm
down.
gonna double down, bro.
That's
I was
crazy.
gonna double down. Yeah, for sure.
And you do a great job too, cause you try and get like all the what's it called? You try and get people to respond to it too by asking questions.
Yeah,
This you
yeah,
don't just tweet random stuff. You actually
yeah,
you try and
exactly.
get people to engage. That's what it was.
Exactly, yeah, and I love talking to people. Like, I've always been, introverted,
Hmm.
my entire life pretty much. Like, I didn't, like, all throughout middle, high school, I never went to a single party that wasn't a birthday party, with parental
Yeah.
supervision, head ass, you know what I mean? But and then finally, I just decided, I was like, you know what, I gotta boss up, and like, if I want to make this shit work, you just gotta like stay on your keyboard, bro. Keep this thing on you at all times, whether it be your phone, keep that thing charged, or the keyboard hooked up, bro. You just gotta keep typing
Yeah.
and keep talking to people. And as far as like asking the question, uh just like everybody being able to build off of each other,
Mhm.
because I read everything and I learn from every single comment and reply and retweet with comment and DM. I check every DM. It may be like a day late, and I apologize, but yeah, I check every DM. I respond to everybody that I can, and like having an outlet for other people that follow me
Mhm.
to be able to read all the comments that people reply and being able to apply that to themselves is just like very very helpful, and I know everybody appreciates it, and I appreciate it even more because I wouldn't be able to have a platform
Yeah.
for others if they didn't give me the same thing, you know
Mhm.
what I mean?
And it not only
So
benefits you and your impressions, but it also benefits them too, because you'll say something,
exactly,
they'll tweet something out, and then people will see that, and they're like, oh, they can either relate to it, or and then they start that
exactly,
motion, and so it builds so many different relationships around too,
exactly,
which is
yeah, and
crazy.
yeah, and when I was like first building like a email list for
Mhm.
like producers, I was kind of putting out. I think the first thing I put out was like, I'm gonna email everybody on my list how to make your kicks hit harder,
Mhm.
and it was like something that like I'd only seen like a couple, maybe even once, and it was probably like early January, and basically what it was is on FL you have your kick, and then you go EQ it whatever, and then you add fruity chorus
Mhm.
and one of the presets, and it makes the kick hit stupid hard,
Yeah.
dude. Like punches through everything. And I was like, you know what? I feel like a lot of people would appreciate this.
Mhm.
And then I posted it, and then the day or 2 days after I sent out all the emails, I copy pasted every single one, every single email I
Mhm.
sent out personally per person,
Yeah.
uh, and everybody just appreciated it. I got like a couple emails back like, "Yo, I appreciate that, bro." Not a lot of producers would share sauce like this
Mhm.
because, like I said, like I even commented, maybe like April, May, something like on some posts of people talking about kicks, like, oh, I don't use kicks anymore, and
Yeah.
now everybody's saying, oh, I don't use claps and snares anymore. I just use rim shots. I'm like, all right, well, I'm a evolve there one of these days. But I saw everybody talking about not using kicks or like how to make them hit harder, and I would just be like, fruity core is fat
I
clean.
could not imagine not using a kick.
I know.
Just the
Like
whole beat, just having to 808 would get so boring and so
I
repetitive.
know. I know. It's like everybody's gonna be waiting for the
Yeah.
drop or like the hard kick
Mhm.
coming through, like in What's Poppin'.
Yeah.
When the kick comes in, that made the song, dude. That kick right there where Jetson put it made the song.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, but yeah, I love kicks. I love 808s more, but I love kicks too.
So going off that email list, how do you think for like people trying to build email lists, how do you think like the best way for them to do it is starting off?
Uh, I feel like definitely giving back to the community
Mhm.
type of stuff. Like if you say, oh, I'll have a private Dropbox link for my loop kit. 50 loops or 10 loops, free for profit or commercial use type of stuff like that. Free drum kits. Maybe like discount codes for like one of your beats if you're trying to like get up some rappers, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Um, and really just like I said, giving back to the community. I feel like that's probably the best thing you could do when you're starting out because when people see the word free,
They hop
they're
on it. They're
they
all
they
over
hop
it.
on it, and I'm the same way. Like if I see somebody saying, "Oh, free loop kit at 1,000 followers," and I see him at 5 more followers, I'm gonna retweet him and I'm gonna get that loop kit. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of like helping people help us.
Yeah.
Just kind of makes the producer community kind of go around and stuff like that. And yeah, really just giving back to the community. And if you could do that, find maybe like another innovative way to do it. Whether it be like I'll call 5 people that retweet this on the phone and give them advice on how to get more followers or something like that. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just helpful, and especially with the people who don't have a following yet,
Mhm.
it's pretty helpful for them, and people are gonna gravitate toward it. Definitely.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yes,
Yeah, bro.
sir.
Whenever I've only bought I think 3 drum kits in like the
Oh,
past
okay.
3 years. All the rest are like free drum kits that I've gotten off either Reddit or off of people like if I'm watching like a YouTube video like oh the free drum kits in the description I'm like oh I stopped the video and just hop on it
That's mine.
already.
That's mine now. Yeah, that's what's up. No, I feel that. I've had like one drum kit that I've been using
Mhm.
since probably June, and it's who is it? It was one of the show the screen kits. I forgot. Oh, Foreign Tech. It was
Mhm.
Foreign Tech,
I heard the
and I've
foreign
been
tech
using
kit's
nothing.
fire.
I know, bro. I've been using nothing but that, and I have like a good 4 sounds for each. Like I have 4 808s, 4 claps,
Yeah.
4 snares, 4 hats, and I just use the same ones in every beat because they just hit
Yeah.
so hard. I'm like, yo, I gotta use these. I don't have like a reason for any other kits right now.
I think
I found.
I got one by Prod by Chew. I think that's the first one I bought, and then
Oh,
he
okay,
linked one by I want to say it's Artist with the D.
okay.
I got like two
That
of
sounds
his because
familiar.
they're like $5. And then other than
Gotcha.
that, it's all like free drum kits off either a YouTube video or off of Reddit.
Yeah, bro. Shout out Reddit. The what's his name? 77. Fuck, I forgot his name. Yeah, 77. I know it's 77. I remember that number. But 77 lunch. Is it lunch or launch?
I think launch.
Okay,
I think
77
that
lunch.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's the goat, bro. Like being able to do the show the screen stuff like that. That man's insane. Shout out 77, bro. He the man.
Better shout out.
Reddit wouldn't be the
Yeah.
same.
Shout out r slash drum kits.
I'm
Free
saying,
drum kits.
bro. R/drum. I know. It's crazy. Shout out to all of them on there.
Like I've
Shout out
copped like
Reddit.
one shot kits off Reddit, and like
Oh
there's
yeah.
always like 3 or 4 just perfect sounds in like all like the tens of songs they
Yup.
have. So if I can find one good sound out of like 20, I'm happy.
Fine. That's fine. It was free. We lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we paying for it and then we only find one,
Hmm.
yeah, we might need a refund. But but other
That's
than
better.
that, yeah. Yeah, shout out Reddit, bro. All y'all on there, some real ones. I've been trying, like, I had no reason to use Reddit beforehand, and I started doing the drum kits, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get a slash R or r/youngks subreddit,
Yeah.
because I think you have to have like so much interaction on the site
Mhm.
to like be able to make one.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to use it like a little bit more and a little bit more, but nothing like Twitter.
No, yeah.
Twitter I'm on all the time.
Twitter's just so much
You
easier
know,
to use.
I know definitely. And if you a producer that's trying to work and you found this video on Instagram, you need to switch right now.
Mhm.
All right, Instagram is for the rappers and the artists.
Facts.
Twitter is for the producers. You gotta trust me on this. You gotta trust me.
So
Def
you sell beats, right? On what do you
Track
use?
Train.
Track Train?
I use Track Train. Yes, sir.
Do
Shout
you
out Track Train.
for real? Did
Yes,
you originally
sir.
use Track Train or did you like switch from anything?
Um, like right when I got started, probably like by like the end of summer in 2018, I got BeatStars, and I was so confused on that site, bro. Like I was like, "Yo, what's a lease? What's a like?" I finally understood what an exclusive was,
Hmm.
but other than that, I didn't know what I was doing, dog. So I was just clicking upload, upload,
Yeah.
upload. I was rendering like MP3s, like a new guy.
Hmm.
I was like, that shit is ridiculous, and I got like a couple likes, like you will on BeatStars, because it's like a timeline type shit. But eventually, I was like, you know what? I'm a graduate from this. I'm gonna make my website. So I made like a Wix website, like
Yeah.
a free site, and I made that, and I started putting beats on there. Didn't sell anything because why are they gonna go to a separate site
Yeah.
from a dude with equal or less following than this person when I could just buy it through PayPal on here and
Yeah.
have it within minutes? You know, so everybody was doing, because on the Wix website I had to personally send out
Oh yeah. It wasn't like an
beat. Yeah,
automatic send.
exactly, exactly. So I had to do it like that. And if there was, I didn't know how to do it
Yeah.
because I was so new. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna sell beats. I think I'm just gonna make like albums, projects, mixtapes, whatever. And then I started doing that. And then I was like, you know what? I need to find like some more consistent people to work with,
Yeah.
because the people that I was working with was kind of like, it almost felt like I was forcing them and they were forcing me.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't like a mutual thing.
Exactly, exactly. So that didn't really like work out, and I kind of like had to move forward from that. And I started posting beats on Track Drain with my boy Kimry. Shout out Kimry. And then we started doing that together.
Hmm.
And then eventually it just started becoming me, and I was like putting out some like new beats, probably like at least two a week, if not three to
Yeah.
four. And I was just bumping them out. I think that was April, May. I was just bumping them out, and then eventually, probably I think the last beat that I dropped was like early July or late June, and then like right after that, like a week later, I dropped like a drum kit, and that was the last time I touched Track Train.
Yeah.
Like shout out Track Train, like I love the aesthetic on there, but like me working on this project right now,
Hmm.
every single song, like every beat that I'm making is going into a Dropbox that I send out to all my artists,
Yeah.
and I'm just trying to like, you know, work in the studio with them because I got like a booth set up right here. I got
Hmm.
foam everywhere. The only thing I'm missing from this room is a couch that's gonna go over here,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like that's literally it. Like it's just a bed right now,
Hmm.
so I get something, but it's not
That's
complete
pretty
yet.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's badass. And shout out my parents for letting me deface my room like this. I appreciate y'all. And then I got the bed. I actually got it yesterday, or Thursday. I actually got a new bed that's in the other bedroom
Yeah.
that was the guest bedroom, but we ain't ever have guests. So, so I was like, I guess I'm gonna make myself at home. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we made that into the bedroom. I got my PC in there with the
Hmm.
router. You know, I'll be playing games, whatever.
Yeah. What you
Uh,
be playing?
and then uh, recently I've been trying to play Fortnite again because
Not.
I used to be addicted to that
Yeah.
shit, but I was like, you know what, never again. I
No.
ain't gonna get
For real.
addicted.
The reason I was running late was because we were in the middle of a Fortnite game because
Mm,
we played it again today because the new season or whatever came out,
yeah.
and a couple of my
Mm,
friends and I, we hopped on for a couple hours, and
yeah.
we started the game at like 7:40. I was like, oh, I should be done by 8. I'll have enough time. And then, um, at like 8, like at 7:50, 7:55, when I texted you, I'm like, hey, I'm kind of running a little late. I was in the middle of a game.
Mm. Oh, okay. No, I feel that. Were you playing pubs or you playing arena?
We are just playing normal. So
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
feel that.
we
Yo,
have,
they get sweaty.
yeah, we haven't played
They
in
get
like
sweaty.
2, 3, 4 months.
Yeah.
last time we played, which was like a day, and then we haven't played since forever. But so we wanted to see what it was like again.
Yo, it's crazy. I hopped on. I was like about to load into a game with my friend. Like we both clicked ready, and I was like, you know what? Let's do a couple 1v1s real
Yeah.
quick. And we hopped in creative, and dude, when I tell you that the muscle memory, because I play on PC, the
Uh-huh.
muscle memory from my fingers just kicked in, and I was
Oh yeah, it's
90ing up,
crazy. It's
doing
crazy
the
because
edits.
my
Hmm.
finger, my mind's like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. But I play on my Xbox, and I've been playing a lot
Uh,
of Call of Duty, so like the sensitivity and the movement's way different. So like
different. Yep.
my I'm doing all the stuff that I used to do on the controller, but it's not going on the screen just because of that different movement speed and everything. So
Exactly.
whenever I'm trying to
Exactly.
build, it just screws up and it looks so bad just because of that.
I got you. Yeah, definitely. Like the the last game that I like played seriously ever since, because I've done nothing but make beats
Hmm.
and work on this project since like the first week of June. The last game I played was like Pokemon Sword,
Yeah.
and I don't know what's going on, bro. Like I be playing with my friend, we be doing raids. Shout out Dill, bro. Shout out Dill. But we be doing raids, and we would load in like about to do a raid, and I'm like, yo, what should I use, dog? Like I don't know like the types
Yeah.
and shit. Like I'm trying to learn, but like fairy, steel, fighting, like all those, I don't know what's effective and what's
Oh
half
yeah.
effective and shit
Middle of
like
battle,
that.
I just whip out my phone, search what's effective against this type or whatever.
Exactly. Exactly, dude. I don't know what's going on because like I played Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I actually got some cards in my hand right now.
Uh-huh.
But I played Yu-Gi-Oh growing up from freshman year until 2 years after senior year. Like my last tourney that I went to was like last October. Like I played competitively. The
Yeah.
furthest I ever traveled for it was Germany,
Dang.
and that was probably, yeah, it was crazy,
That's
bro. It was like,
crazy.
yeah, it was like February of 19, and that was so much fun, bro. Like that
Yeah.
was the first time I went out of the country for Yu-Gi-Oh. It was so much
That is
fun.
crazy. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's literally like Magic has tournaments.
Yeah.
Magic tournament. Yeah, it's basically like that. Like it's all over the world. Like I could go from the only place that's like separate from the metagame here
Hmm.
in the rest of the world is Japan.
Yeah.
Japan has like a different kind of like card listing, like which cards you can and
Yeah.
can't use, different rules, stuff like that. But like I could go from here to Switzerland and play Yu-Gi-Oh, or I could go from
That's
here to
crazy.
Finland
And
and
they
play
all have the
Yu-Gi-Oh.
same rules
Yeah,
and everything.
exactly. Yeah, they
That's
have the
pretty cool.
same like, yeah, it's very cool, bro. And like being able to meet people even in the US
Hmm.
tournaments, like I went to Philly twice, Chicago twice, Atlanta maybe 3 times. I don't think I ever went to California. But basically I've been all over the country. There's like so many states that I went to that I never had any business going
Hmm.
to, like Tennessee, uh not Philly. Where's Pittsburgh at? Pittsburgh. My God. No.
Yeah, we're about to look so
Okay.
we're about to look so dumb right now.
Hey, shout out
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, bro. Shout out the Steelers. Yes, sir.
Pittsburgh. I have something in mind. I just don't want to say it and be wrong.
Yeah, me either.
Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Oh, all right. Hey, I'll see you on the next video, bro. We're running back. Nah,
We're about to
like I
edit
had
that
no
out.
business going there. Yeah, please. It's cool. Um, yeah, I went to Pittsburgh for one. I think that was the first one out of state I went.
Hmm.
And I live in Austin, like in the middle of the state.
Yeah.
So I would always go to San Antonio, Houston, Dallas for tourneys. And we tried going to like Louisiana and Oklahoma a couple times, but like stuff came up because that's
Yeah.
like an 8 hour drive. So we were like, nah, it ain't worth it. But Yu-Gi-Oh definitely like it just got me into like, let me say that I have like 5 friends from high school that I still talk to,
Yeah.
maybe once a year.
Yeah.
But all my Yu-Gi-Oh friends are basically like my high school
Hmm.
friends, like because I grew up with them.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm saying,
I
freshman
feel that.
through
Yeah.
past high school. Yeah, like they were the ones that was at my graduation.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like not too much my family because I don't have too much family in Texas, like Oklahoma or not Oklahoma, Ohio,
Hmm.
Illinois, Cali, and Utah. I think are like the biggest ones that they're at.
Yeah.
But uh yeah, they were the ones that was at my graduation, like no question, like they all came
Yeah.
through. I went to one of my other boys graduations, I think. But yeah, just growing up from them, learning from their experiences, and like part of my name being like Young KS, it was kind of like KS is my initials, but also at the same time the Young kind of stems from me always being, because like ever since I've been born, to be honest, probably like from age 5, everybody's always said that I'm like mature
Yeah.
for my age, right? And I never hung out with people in my age group
Hmm.
or like in my grade at all.
Yeah.
And like especially at the job that I'm at now, there's people like my dad, he's working there too, and he's worked there for 30
Yeah.
years. And that's like probably the median. So there's people 50, 60 years old
Working there
working
longer.
there.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the youngest person there besides me is a dude that was born in December of 98 as
Yeah.
opposed to November in 98. So I'm the second youngest there. So, youngest being young, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I've always hung out with people at least 150% of my age, like my age plus half of my age, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So if I'm 16, they're 24 type stuff. And it's just always been a roller coaster. And like being able to learn from people more experienced than anybody in my age group is like very beneficial.
Yeah.
So if y'all ever have any, like, there'd be dudes in their 60s at work telling me stories about the 90s, and I'm like, you know what? How could this pertain to me now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just kind of learning off of their
Try to
experiences.
relate it to yourself.
Exactly. And they'll be
Yeah.
telling me, like, yo, invest in stocks or put a bunch of money in your 401 or a Roth
Yeah.
or rent a house instead of buying one because you don't got to pay for utilities, stuff like that. And, kind of learning from people there. It's just so beneficial. And I feel like personally, it puts me like really far ahead of
Yeah.
like the curve and like our generation type stuff. So,
That's great. That's great.
yeah, just being able to hang out with people older than me and pretty much my whole life. I guess I've just gravitated toward more mature people
Yeah.
than the people in our age group. It's just been like so beneficial, and I would highly recommend it. Listen to your parents, dog. Listen to your parents. Big facts.
It's a new wave to obey your parents right now.
Exactly,
Shout
exactly.
out mom and dad.
Facts. Shout out mom and dad. I know they're gonna watch this whole video. Shout out mom and dad. Appreciate y'all. I'll only be here a couple more months. I swear.
Oh yeah. Also shout out my friends. I said a story yesterday or last week when I was recording with Drake, and I
oh
mentioned a
yeah.
story and I said that I went over to OU, hung out with a couple friends, and I get a text like after they watched it like, "Wow, no shout out. You didn't mention me. You didn't mention me."
Shout out the boys.
So I'm about to do that. Shout out to Dill, Tomas, and Griffin because they were there.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, okay.
now I'm safe. Now I'm safe. Now I can say anything I want, and if they
Y'all
come at
got
me,
this
I'm like,
far.
I gave you a shout out right there at like minute 28.
Yo, don't tell. No, no, don't tell them the time. They gotta watch the
No,
whole
yeah.
video. Facts. To get that runtime up.
I gotta edit
Yes,
that out and do it
sir.
at the end now.
Facts. That's what's up. That's what's up.
No,
Shout out the
yeah,
boys.
shout out to them. They're the reason. They're pretty much the reason this whole thing looks like it does right now. And
That was badass, bro. I
thank
like
you.
the
We spent
setup.
thanks. We spent like couple days. I want to say like maybe 1 or 2 days putting all these up, the foam,
Oh yeah,
and then it's just been a kind of working in progress ever since then, from like
that's
last
what's
year, I
up.
believe.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get like some album
Yeah.
vinyls and stuff. Are those vinyls
Yeah,
or are
those are
those like
vinyls.
printed out?
No, yeah, they're
Oh,
vinyls.
okay.
But I took
Gotcha.
the vinyl out and I bought like off Amazon like a 30 pack of just empty sleeves, just
Mm,
because if once since they're hanging at a slant, the vinyl will put the pressure down and like kind of break the seal a little. So,
gotcha.
but no, yeah, I spent a ton of time getting these, putting them up, and then you can't see, but there's one over here, a couple posters,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got chairs from like over here, over
Gotcha.
there. But no, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's badass. Yeah, I need some. Was there like a place that you got a deal on for all these, or you had to pay full price, like $30 or
Some were
something?
give, some were just off Amazon. If you go to like record stores, you can find some off on sale too. So,
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
it just depends which ones you get. So,
Gotcha.
no, but shout
Okay.
out to them. That they're pretty much the reason this whole thing it is how it is.
Yeah, definitely. No, it
I
was
had the
cool.
vision, but they pretty much put it all together.
They put it on paper for you.
Yeah.
I mess with it. That's what's up. I've never been in a record store. Well, maybe like once in
Mhm.
Austin, but when I went to Germany and I was over there looking, they had so many record stores, dude. And I
Yeah.
was like, I saw people standing in line with vinyls, and I was like, y'all better be just collecting these. I know y'all ain't listening to these. I know y'all got Apple Music or something. And actually over there, I bought my first CD.
Mhm.
And I was like, shit, it was just Rodeo by Travis.
No, yeah,
But I
I
was
got that
like,
one's right there.
oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. I bought that. It's got him on the it's not that artist, the other one
Yeah,
where he's
it's
like,
the one on the like the deluxe one, the white one or whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got that one. And I was gonna buy a question mark by X, but
Mhm.
I was like, that shit $20. And I was like, nah, that ain't
Now it's
it.
even more expensive. It's crazy.
I know they really juicing us right now with this pandemic, bro.
It
They
really
know
is.
that we trying to be creative and they taking it away from us. Bunch of hoes.
Honestly, everything's like double price now.
Facts, bro. Facts. Big true.
But I mean, it's turned out great. It looks super cool too. I really loved how it turned out.
That's badass. Is that Vic Mensa, the FM
Yeah,
one?
it no, it's Vince Staples.
Vince Staple.
Yeah,
Okay, I always get them
and then
mixed up, bro. I always get them
I
mixed
got.
up.
Let's see if we can move this. Yeah, I got three more right there.
Ooh.
So
What's that one at the bottom right? Is that Mac?
yeah, that one's Mac, and then there's Denzel
Oh,
Curry,
okay.
and then that's Future, the one that just dropped.
Yeah,
I
dude,
got
I
that one
didn't
signed
I didn't
actually.
graduate. Oh, which one? Futures?
Yeah, the Future one. I ordered it signed, and it was sick because it came it
Oh, okay.
came normally like how it is, and then it gave a signed sleeve too. So it's
Oh
basically like getting
shit.
two. So I got the
Oh,
signed
that's
one hanging in
badass.
my room with my other ones, and then I got this one in here.
That's what's up. That's badass, bro. Talking about Denzel for a minute. I did not know. Like, I when Taboo first came out, I listened to like a couple songs, like Clout Cobain,
Yeah,
and then like the first song on there was the first song on there Taboo or
yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure
okay,
it
yeah,
was either
that
that
one,
or
and
Black
then
Balloons. Those two sound
yeah, I think
familiar.
it was Black Balloons. It was Black Balloons, and I listened to Super Saiyan,
Yeah.
you know, that popular one,
Hmm.
and that was it. And then probably this year around January, yeah, it was January. I listened to the whole thing like front to back
Yeah,
like 10 times
it's
in a row.
crazy. It's a crazy album.
I was like, that shit is so good,
Yeah.
dude. Like he's so versatile. Shout out Denzel, bro. I was sleeping on you for a while, but we woke now, so we good.
No, it goes Taboo and then Black Balloons. That's what it was.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, which
okay,
makes sense. Having the title album
gotcha.
being the title song.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But that's a good project, bro. Shout out Denzel. I'll be in the studio with you one of these days. I've been making a lot of Denzel,
Hmm.
Future, Lil Uzi type beats, and that's kind of like I'm finding my sound slowly but surely. Like I said in like early June, late May, I just started finding my sound, and I'm kind of like taking those kind of artist
Hmm.
beats while they're not necessarily like the ones that I think stand out the most right now. I'm kind of like taking those and like flipping them upside
Yeah.
down per se. And like I love guitar. That's probably my favorite instrument to like work with on a beat.
Hmm.
So I've been learning how to because I basically when I was first making guitar beats, I
Hmm.
was taking ones off Splice, like
Yeah.
the loops on
Yeah.
there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I was using those. And now that I'm kind of like learning a lot more about like Omnisphere or X Span 12
Hmm.
stuff like that, and then like getting one shots
Yeah.
instead of loops off Splice, and kind of going from there. I feel like I've kind of evolved from using loops too much and like being able to take those guitars and do whatever I want with them is so cool, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I never, when I was first making melodies with like pianos and stuff, I would never go below C5.
Really.
And with guitar, yeah, and with guitars, I usually like the chords
Hmm.
are like two of them at the bottom of C4, because the most popular scale that I use is like C sharp minor.
Yeah.
So when I start it, it's usually like C sharp, I think E, and then G sharp is like the chord, and I'll take like C sharp and G sharp and push it down to C4 like
Yeah.
in there in that scale, and or that octave, and then I'll leave the E up top, and it'll kind of like leave like a little bit of range in
Yeah.
between it, kind of like adding more atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
So once I started doing that, and then being able to like kind of do like a sub melody at the top with like more plucks from the guitar. It just I snapped, bro. I snapped, and like putting that in halftime and gross beat or double time or halftime in reverse.
Hmm.
Don't get me started, bro. Or slow triplets. Ooh. Shout out slow triplets.
Bro,
Real
what I've been
talk.
doing a lot that sounds really crazy is I'd bounce it out and then transpose it down a couple tones, and it just changes the
Mm,
whole vibe like that. Like I don't have to halftime it anymore. I don't have to do anything. I'll just pitch it down a little bit, maybe put a little
word.
halftime, change like the bandwidth on it, and it just sounds crazy.
Word. I got you. That's what's up. That's one way to do it. Yeah, being able to whenever I like halftime it, I don't actually use gross beat. I just kind of like use that before I render it
Yeah,
as a wave and then kind of like cut it up like that. But whenever I am listening to it, I actually render out like the entire loop that I made or the melody, and then I paste it in, and I turn stretch on and I stretch it, and
yeah.
then I instead of when you stretch it, it puts it down an octave or like all the way down. I just reset it and leave it like at the octave it was at, and
Yeah.
that shit sounds so good, like almost all the time. It's so nice. It's so nice, dude.
It's also
It's
crazy is
so
whenever
cool.
you get like the whole sample, then you chop it up a little bit just to mess
Mm-hmm.
with it. It just is crazy.
Definitely. Yeah, I need to sample a little bit more.
Hmm.
I've always wanted to make like some ski mask type beat, like Dexter's
Yeah,
Laboratory,
with the like
sampling.
cartoon samples or whatnot.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Foster Homes for Imaginary Friends is like
Yeah,
probably my favorite. It's like top three.
yeah,
I think it was like Kids Next Door, SpongeBob, and then Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I
yeah.
love all three of those. Those are my favorite shows, bro. K&D, I grew up with that show. That was probably yeah, that's definitely my favorite cartoon, bro. If anybody puts it below S tier, you know what? It wasn't for everybody. If anybody
It's
puts it
probably
below A
I was about to say
tier,
it's probably A tier list on some people.
okay, yeah, yeah, I'll get. I won't say anything if they put it A tier. Like I'll say something about you know what I disagree, but that's better than B,
It's
so we good.
respectable.
Yeah, I'll let you live. I'll let you live. I won't say nothing. That's what's up. Shout out Candy.
So going off like favorite
Sure.
shows, what like top 10 shows if you had to pick 3, which ones do you think would it be?
Like TV
Yeah,
shows, like real life.
yeah. TV, cartoon, anything.
Uh, damn, bro, I haven't watched shows in like a while. I like American Horror Story. That shit kind of demonic though, so I kind of stepped back from it. But I watched the first 4 seasons. I stopped at hotel,
Hmm.
so I watched the first four, and like the circus one really put me over. I was like, nah, that's it. I was like,
You
nah,
can't do
that
this
shit
anymore.
weird. I know, I know. Have you seen it? Have
I've
you seen
not.
those?
I've seen like the first season, but that's it.
Oh, okay. The first season was pretty good. The
Yeah.
second one, that shit gold, bro. And Coven, the one with the witches,
Hmm.
I love that one so much.
I'm gonna
Like
have to go
everybody said
watch
that
it
shit was
again.
ass. Yeah, everybody was saying that one was like the worst season. I was like, I'm gonna make my decision after I'm done with this.
Hmm.
But so far, my least favorite season is probably the first season,
Yeah.
just because it was like kind of slow, and it was their first season,
That's
so
usually how it is with most shows.
exactly,
Usually slow.
exactly. Yeah, Breaking Bad was insane. I love that shit so much. Just like kind of like the plot.
I
They
saw the
had a twist.
movie a couple months ago, like El Camino movie for that.
Oh yeah, I clicked play on it and then I opened FL.
Yeah.
So I'm not
It
lying,
was in
dude.
the
I'm not
background.
lying.
Didn't pay attention.
I know, no, like I clicked play and it got to like when it was like Jesse in the
Hmm.
car, I think, and then it was like pause, and I was like, yeah, I'm open FL.
It's a
Like I
good
just can't
movie.
watch
It's just
shows.
slow.
I know I can't watch shows right now,
Yeah.
bro. I'm just so uninterested. Like the only thing I want to do is like make beats and then like every couple days play a game
Yeah.
or something like that. But shout out Breaking Bad though.
Great
I haven't
show.
seen Better Call Saul. I haven't seen
I
that.
haven't
I would
either.
consider that the same thing though. But it looks good.
Hmm.
Shout out Saul. That's the boy.
I've
Um,
wanted to, but I'm like, I don't want to like have it be bad and then me not like it, and then
facts,
waste
facts.
like that
Oh,
whole time watching
definitely.
the show over a show I don't like. So
It'll ruin the other five
yeah.
seasons of Breaking Bad or whatever. Yeah, I feel that. Uh, The Walking Dead, I loved until they started killing off like every
Yeah.
main character, dude. And now they got like I don't even know who's left. I haven't been watching it. I only watched the episodes that were on Netflix, and I like caught up. And then they came out with a new season. I watched the first episode on TV, and I was like, "Nah, this ain't it. It's just too much." I was like,
They really just
y'all doing,
they have
they're
to
doing too
stop,
much with
bro.
nothing." I
They
know,
they have like
definitely.
what 10 seasons?
I think they're on season 10. Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
think so. I
Eight is like
think,
the max for a show. 8 seasons is like
yeah,
unless it's
yeah.
amazing, you can't really just push it that far.
No, definitely. Yeah, it's hard to have like longevity with really anything, but especially like shows with like movies. They got like the whole Marvel
Yeah.
shit, DC, whatever, Star Wars. I don't think Star Trek is like that. I
Hmm.
think it's just like movie by movie. But yeah, shout out movies, bro. There's like a lot of movie, and I'd be getting flamed at work. If anybody at work's watching this, y'all know, because like I said earlier, I'm the second youngest there. So they'd be talking about some movie from like the 1950s, and then they'll be like, "Dude, you haven't seen it, dude?" And I'm
It's a
like, "No,
classic, man.
no, I haven't." And they'd be on my ass, dude. Like I'd be going to clock in, and they're like, "Dude, what do you mean you haven't seen?" And I'm like, "Dude, let me clock in. Please, just give me a minute."
I'm just trying to
They be on
work.
my ass. Yeah, bro. Like they be on my ass. And as far as like my favorite show of all time is probably Prison Break. You ever seen Prison Break?
Oh, bro, I love that show so much. Did you see the it's got what, 4 seasons? Plus like a
Yeah.
fifth one on Hulu? Did
Yes.
you see the fifth
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, I watched it on TV when it
Bro,
came
I
out.
because I watched it I think 2 years ago. That's when I started it.
Oh yeah.
Craziest thing ever.
I love that shit so much,
Such a
bro.
great
That
show.
that show was so like in depth and descriptive
Hmm.
that it made me watching my back in public, dude. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, these people watching me, dog.
It was
Nah.
just it was so well thought out and everything too.
Mm-hmm.
Having
Definitely.
having the brother design the whole prison, all those
Exactly.
tattoos and it's crazy.
Uh-huh. No, I love that show. Every single episode, dude. I love that show. I think my boy Luis introduced me to it. Shout out Luis. I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, I think he introduced me to it and I just watched it and I watched when they announced that they were doing another season on TV. I forgot what episode it was on, like Fox or ABC something. Uh my mom was like, "Yo, I'll watch it with you." So every Tuesday we sat on the couch and we watched that shit, and
Such a
it's
great
kind
show.
of yeah. And then I told her to watch the other seasons so she would like
Yeah.
understand what was going on a little bit more, but I don't think she did. But regardless, we would just love watching it together. It was pretty cool.
And
I
it's like
love
one of
Prison.
those shows that pretty much every season had the same kind of concept, but they changed
Mm-hmm.
it up and did it so well, you like it didn't even matter.
Exactly.
It was
Yeah, it
so
did.
good.
It didn't feel like that. Like once it got to like the third prison that they were escaping, which one was it? It's been so long, dude. Well, basically, when they started escaping the third prison, I was like, okay, buddy, well, y'all gonna have to do something else. And then, like, the last season, weren't they, like, out of prison? Or they were trying to break out that one cop that got put in
Yeah.
prison.
And then they were
Yeah,
trying to like
something
prove
like
them
that.
innocent or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. And they started killing off, like, a couple characters. I was like, damn, dude. And they were trying to get that, like, what was it, like a code or
I think
something?
so.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they were trying to get like some high security shit, and
Hmm.
they like broke into it, even though it was like impossible to get into
Yeah.
or whatever. It was
Like
still
they
cool,
started
bro, and
breaking
I love
into them
that.
instead of out of them. By
Exactly,
far my
exactly.
favorite part is when what's his face, the one I think his name was Teabag.
Oh, shout out
Whenever
Teabag,
whenever
bro.
he like finally found his son, like whenever they had
Yeah,
like that reunion, that was like my favorite part of the entire thing. Just because they
facts,
really
bro.
made that man go from like the worst person ever into like one of the most like decent people ever. It was such a change. It
Exactly.
was so great.
Nah, definitely. And I like the fifth season. You seen the fifth
Yeah.
season, right? Yeah, like the fifth season, bro, when they were doing like that whole Middle East stuff,
Hmm.
it was almost like I was there
Yeah.
because they were doing like all that stuff, and that's like some real shit that's going
Yeah.
on. Like
It's
they didn't
crazy.
get like too much into it, like the political side,
Yeah.
but like
It's such
just
a
the
great
fact that they
show.
did, yeah, just the fact that they did like a whole season there, I was like, damn, this shit was good, and they were going like back and forth from like the U.S. to there
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I like that shit a lot. It
It's
was
crazy.
great. Shout out Prison Break, bro.
For real, for real.
There's some real ones. Yes, sir.
All right, so
Definitely.
we're almost. I think we're at. It's been an hour. I think close to.
Oh, for
That just
real?
flew by fast.
Damn,
But
bro. I thought it was 10
I
minutes.
know. I got a couple things left to kind of go over.
Okay,
But I
yeah.
mean, that went by fast.
Yeah,
All these
definitely.
go by fast for real. It's crazy.
We vibing, dude. As long as we vibing and it ain't a silence every minute, we good.
I know. So, I got like two things that for sure I want to talk about, and then the rest are just kind of minor details.
Okay.
So, collabing. How do you think for like people who are trying to get into collabing, make sure they can work with different people? How do you think the best way to go about that is with
I
either
feel like
artists or producers?
I feel like you should start out with producers, and I feel like the main reason is, uh, especially if you're just getting started, like under 3 years, like you don't have 3 years under your belt yet. I would consider that still getting started because, like me, I'm still getting started.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like I said, I'm just now finding my sound type of shit. But I feel like working with producers is probably more important right off the bat because, like I said, finding your sound and stuff like that, and it also forces you to kind of like stay on a clock because like a lot of producers and rappers will like say you wanted to collab and you just got started and I've like been in the game like 5 years and you're hitting me up. I'll be like, all right, send me some loops or melodies or something, and then if you're not ready, then I'm least likely to take it
Yeah.
serious, being a different person, but I'll always work with anybody. It don't matter, but just like in that perspective, and then if you're not ready, then it'll kind of like show that you aren't too serious about it. If not, you are a lot newer to it,
Yeah.
and like unprepared stuff like that. It's kind of like going to a job interview without a suit and tie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um, so kind of like working with producers keeps you on a clock now as opposed to like actually having a deadline and like getting placements and stuff like that. Cause like I don't have a placement yet.
Yeah.
I haven't been like posting beats like that with like that intent. I feel like doing it through DMs is probably a lot more personal.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely working with them and like forcing you to make your own melodies. Like to be completely honest with y'all, when I started in May of 18, I made my own melodies probably until about like July or August, and I used nothing but loops until this May.
Mhm.
I didn't make a single melody, and then once I started doing it, I started like I said, that's when I graduated.
Yeah.
Like really, like once you evolve from 100% loops to 50-50 at least, or even 75-25 on making your own melodies, I feel like that's when you graduate and like you actually are able to find your sound. Because like at the start, if you're just using like loops, the only sound that you're going to be able to make for yourself is going to be the drums.
Yeah.
And I feel like while that's important, it's only 50% of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For
And
sure.
then once you start making your own melodies, that's just when you start really just doing your own thing, and you'll be able to like not collab,
Mhm.
but you'll be able to collab a lot more efficiently
Yeah.
like that. Like if you hit me up and you were a vet and I was new, and you hit me up and I'm like, okay, and then I make like 3 or 4 custom melodies and I send them right to you within like an hour and a half. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because like I can do that now if I like actually take the time out to like sit down and make the melodies.
Mhm.
Um, and once you're able to do that, it's a lot more efficient and you get boom, boom, boom. And if you're actually like, if your main goal isn't to work directly with artists and it's literally just upload a
Mhm.
beat, sell a beat, upload a beat, then that's probably the most efficient way to do it.
Yeah.
Like learning off yourself and others. And like if they hit you up, you ask them for loops or melodies, and just kind of go back and forth. And like
For
once
sure.
you hear what they got and their kind of vibe, like if they're dark or if they're happy type shit, then you can just build off that and kind of like find your sound that way. Definitely.
Yeah, that's great. For sure, because
Yes,
there's
sir.
been multiple times that because I use loops whenever I'm like just can't think of a melody,
Mm-hmm.
and shout out loops for real. They help so much.
Facts. Facts.
But making melodies on my own has made not only them go by faster, make me help me make them easier, but
Mm-hmm.
it makes like the workflow go easier because it comes more natural doing the drums over your own melody. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
at least instead of a loop on its own.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely, yeah. Like putting your own drums over like another loop. Like now that I'm actually able to like make my own melody, I think the last time I used a loop probably like mid July,
Mhm.
to be honest. And ever since then, I've just honestly sometimes I just make a melody and then I just save the project and I just go to the next one
Yeah.
and I just make go back from guitar piano,
Mhm.
bell, guitar piano type stuff and just kind of bounce off of that and kind of like get different types of bounce or vibes from that. And
Yeah.
shout out RC20 if y'all don't got RC20 get that shit. You
Bro,
could
get
do
it through
rent to buy.
Splice. Yeah.
You could rent it on Spice, yes sir. That's what I was about
I
to say.
got my
It's only like a bill, but
yeah,
still.
it's like $5 like every other month or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was I was
definitely.
I was playing Xbox the other day. My phone buzzed. It was like a PayPal, and it was like you paid something to some distribution. And I was like, what did I
Yeah.
pay $5 to? And then I went on my computer. It's like, oh, it says Splice. Okay, that's RC20.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I still have Spice, like just in case, like, I'm looking for a vibe that like in the moment I can't create or like an artist is in the studio and they're like, yo, bro, I need a guitar. Then I'm gonna just pull up Spice
Yeah,
and type in guitar and I'm gonna be like, yo, if you mess with one of these, stop me.
yeah,
And I just be scrolling and then they'll stop me and then that's it. And I throw it on, I throw the 808 clap, kick, hot
it's
like
crazy.
just a basic two-step hat and I'll edit that shit later.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'll add the bounce later, and then they hop in the booth, they record that shit, and then we go. We keep going.
So nice, such easy.
Definitely. Yeah, shout out loops. Shout out loop makers, bro. Y'all the real
Honestly,
ones.
loop makers just their work ethic that they put in, putting so many loops out in like different
Mm-hmm.
packs is crazy.
Facts, bro. Yeah, facts. And being able to like support the community
Hmm.
with like going back to earlier, like giving away free stuff for the community,
Yeah,
that stuff is so helpful. And like once you go from using loops to making loops, that's probably the best thing you could do for like a following
yeah.
because every time, especially new people, because there's like infinite new people joining,
Hmm.
Twitter, Track Train, BeatStars, everything like per day, if not per hour,
Yeah.
and they're new to this shit and they don't know, they barely know how to do the drums. You know what I mean? So like if you hand them the melodies, they'll remember your name.
Yeah,
They
for sure.
definitely will. Yeah,
For sure,
one
for
hundred
sure.
percent. Yes, sir. Definitely.
All right, so to end this off, I got three quick questions.
Okay. Speed round
First one, favorite three beats of all time?
that I made.
No, that just in general.
Three beats.
Like any song of all time.
Shit. Can I pull up my Spotify?
Go ahead.
Okay. I know Ric Flair Drip is one of them. Uh, that one's crazy. Let me see. Yo, can I say Nirvana?
Yeah, anything. Anything, man.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Let
Top
It
three
Go by.
instrumentals. There we go.
Okay, I'm gonna say as of right now, I'm gonna say Rockstar by the Baby. Shout out Seth. What's the other one? Yeah, probably Let It Go by Pierre Bourne
Hmm.
and Cardi. And then shit, what was the other one I said? Ric Flair Drip. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, those are my top three.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Top three albums of all time.
Die Lit, as you could probably see in the
Yeah.
background. Yeah, Die Lit. Shout out Die Lit.
I've been trying to find a Dial-It vinyl. Haven't found one yet.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
I think it's on Spotify. If you go on Spotify
Oh, for
and
real?
you like find the merch, yeah, I think it's on there.
I might have to go
Either
check it
that
out.
or the CD.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That one's crazy. Shit. Probably Nevermind by Nirvana.
Hmm.
And then what's my third, man? Uh Huncho Jack. Huncho Jack.
Shout out. Let's see.
You got it?
Right there.
Oh shit.
I got it.
Let's
I got it
go.
off some
Yeah, shout
website
out Huncho, dude.
because
That's
they
badass.
did like
Oh, so it's
official.
not.
No, they didn't release it official. So I got it off like some
Oh, okay.
stuff like in like LA or somewhere. They got so many.
Gotcha.
Great quality and
That's
everything
what's up.
too.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, link me on Twitter after this
Sir,
where you got it
I
at.
got you. I got you. I'll send you the
Yeah,
tweet. There's like
definitely.
three places.
Yeah, Huncho Jack was slept. It was slept on so
It for
hard.
real was. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
at first I loved it, but at first it was like I could understand why people didn't like it as much, just because
Yeah.
it felt really safe, based off like what everybody
Yeah.
else was making. But such a great album.
Yeah, definitely. I love that one for sure.
And then the last thing is, what advice do you have for anybody new producers, old producers, just advice in general?
The best advice I could probably say, really overall, is every time your eyes are open, be learning, bro. Like learn, whether it be from a person, an article, or a tweet. Honestly, just stay learning and do your thing. And probably right below that, like close second, is really just keep typing. Like no matter what it is, as long as it ain't like some shit you could get canceled for,
Mm-hmm.
just keep typing, bro. Like just keep typing, whether it be in a DM, whether it be on a post, whether it be in a subreddit, just keep typing.
Yeah.
Like that's really the motto. Like just keep typing, bro. That's the best advice I can give you.
Gotta put that in a
100%.
hashtag now. Keep typing.
Exactly. Hashtag keep typing,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Keep going. Yes, sir. Definitely. We might have to run it back for a part two after my
Yeah,
project comes out.
for sure, for
Yeah, I'm
sure.
gonna hit you.
I gotta
Definitely.
have everybody on
Yeah.
season 1 come back for like season 4 or 5. Like a
Facts.
special guest or
Facts.
something.
I gotta make a return.
Yes, sir.
Facts. That's what's up.
Well, man,
For
I
sure.
really
For
appreciate you
sure.
coming by and doing this.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, bro. I'm always glad to help out people, especially starting off, bro. That's the best one.
Yes,
That's the
sir.
best place to start.
For
Hundred
sure.
percent. I'm glad to help, sir.
All right, so thank you everybody for watching. Um all Young KS's stuff will be in the description below. Twitter, Instagram, anything you want to plug in right now?
Uh, nah, just project coming soon, bro. Within
Yeah,
within
be on the
probably
lookout for
60
that.
days. Definitely, yeah. I'm gonna be tweeting that shit like crazy. 100%.
Bro, that's super close. So it's before the end, before the new year for sure.
Probably before November. That's the goal.
Yep.
Probably like right before November.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so
So
keep on the lookout
we
for that.
trying, bro.
And we'll see y'all next week.